Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going into Bitcoin, big little CoinsKid crew. So we're just there on the 4-hourly time frame. We've got a lovely little W double bottom pan just there, broken out. Okay, ran into a level of resistance, and right now we're sort of consolidating in a range, looking to break this high or come down and retrace that low. Personally, I think we're still in a retracement. To be honest with you, I'm looking for the retracement to at least come down to this 55 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame before I even consider, closing my short and going long at that point on Bitcoin as well. Okay, and some kind of bullish divergence or reversal pattern down there. So I think that what we're going through from this low to this high is simply a retracement at the moment, coming back up for the continuation of this trend, essentially some kind of big ABC correction that I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. So if I start to zoom out on the daily, I can show you something that I'm looking at right now. We have ran into this resistance just there, which is a nominal level resistance in this sort of channel. You see this channel that we've been coming down on, we're broken out, ran into the first point of contact. I think if we can consolidate here on these EMAs as well, they're going a little bit vertical there. Always think about your position, go sideways, hold a key level support, some kind of ascending triangle over the next few days. If we start to take off and don't lose these EMAs, I think that the next leg will see us push towards that green line, which is up here around about 25k. Okay, and with that, what we've got potentially off the bottom right now is a beautiful impulsive move. Okay, and you can count it with 5 waves like this. Let me show you something like this for Bitcoin. So we might have another leg here. Okay, we might have another leg. Now this was some kind of wave 1 off the low. This is a wave 2 in my opinion, some kind of ABC wave 2, and right now this has been a big wave 3 that's potentially topped. Okay, and right now we're looking for some kind of slowdown consolidation pattern in the uptrend, potentially some kind of wave 4 with the continuation potentially up to that resistance, possibly taking out towards there, and that would actually count as a wave 1, an impulsive move off the lows. Now that would be absolutely amazing. That would be extremely bullish to see this. Okay, because like I said to you, this is what you want to see, taking out this white line here, this resistance, and coming up to 25k. I do really think you're beginning to sort of carve out and confirm your bottom at that point, and we found a beautiful impulsive potential wave 1 off the lows right there for Bitcoin. Okay, so I hope it plays out like this and we can jump up and down and say the bottom's in, but at some point you will come in for a very healthy sort of big retracement there, potentially off this level of resistance, come back into this neckline, possibly to this high, hold it as support and then go again. And this is the sort of structure and the sort of uptrend we're looking for at the minute, because we've not got it. We've not got any confirmation of the bottom yet, and people jumping up and down telling you that the bottom's in on this low, they're just doing it on pure speculation. Okay, and like I said to you the whole time, when this come down and created this low, this was a data point driven low, but what we were looking for in the entire time of this carving round was the confirmation, okay, by coming up and taking that high, creating this reversal trend structure, and we've not got it yet. Okay, so until we start to come back, consolidate, start to come back up and consolidate again and retrace and start to make a series of higher highs and higher lows, we are still technically in this big downtrend. Okay, running to resistance, looking for the continuation. So if we start to zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, I think that we're potentially going through some kind of retracement right now, possibly wave 4, where we're coming back. So if we take a look at this is your local high, and like I said to you, I don't necessarily see Bitcoin breaking or taking out that local high until you've retested the 4-hourly 55. Okay, it's just something I'm looking at in the charts. So I will be looking at more of a retracement here for Bitcoin. We've got the W double bottom pan broken out. You can clearly see we've not back tested the neckline, so that looks like it's coming in for a retest. And I think what we've got here from this low as well, which we've put in, we've got a healthy retracement up to the golden ratio. So we've had a nominal retracement for the continuation of this move down. So this is a push, this is a retracement, looking for another push, and that could be some kind of A, B, C, wave 4 correction before final 5th wave, which starts to come up, takes that high and gets towards this white line. Okay, sort of towards the end of January. Now, if we start to see that, for me, the retracement that comes in off that white line would have to hold a key level support going forward, and this is a telltale sign that I'm looking at. So I think there is potentially more legs in this once this retracement's done. Okay, so if we look at this potential technical target right now, if this is the sort of, the A, the B, and right now we're putting in some kind of C wave coming back down, and then we do a wave 5, we would be looking for a nominal retracement back down to that 4-hourly 55, like I said to you before, continuation. So if we drop this level on here, this is your current local high, and then this is your low, you can clearly see that the 1618 brings you all the way down there to around about $19,893 for Bitcoin. So we're going to drop that particular target in right now. So, if you're not short already, one thing you could do is go short on Bitcoin with your stop loss on this high. Okay, so you could start to look at a short with a stop loss on 21207 and the fact that we are beginning to come back down and we've got an impulsive push down. Now this could be a beautiful little short from here right now with a really tight stop loss on 21207. You could be looking at a beautiful little short, minimal short opportunity around about 5.14% for Bitcoin. So I think that that's the technical target that we are trying to get to be honest with you. We've potentially got some kind of big ABC zigzag correction, which is a normal healthy correction, and I think the minimal target we're looking for is around about 19,893. Now if we zoom out on the weekly, we definitely need to see Bitcoin, that's a healthy retracement to be honest with you. We definitely need to see Bitcoin holding this weekly 20. Like I said to you, if you can come down here, consolidate, create some kind of reversal pattern, and then break again, taking out these resistances, for me that technically you're beginning to look quite bullish off the lows, okay? And you could say, okay, what we've got, like I've said to you, we've got some kind of 1, this is a 2, this is a big 3, willing to resistance, going through some kind of wave 4 right now before the final 5th wave, which is going to tackle that resistance, potentially taking it out and pushing towards that line there. That would be absolutely amazing if we can see that, okay? We really are breaking out. Like I said to you, and that could be an impulsive wave 1 off the lows. So what we'll do, we'll look at the wave 2, the possible wave 2 retracement levels to see exactly how deep we could go here as a potential target in this, sort of correction that we're going through right now. Because remember, everything that goes up must come down, okay? So if we take a look on the 4-hourly time frame, just there, we've got a possible impulsive wave 1, okay? Impulsive wave 1 there. Do you see that? And you've got 5 waves in there. Let me take a look at this. You've got some kind of 1. I'm no Elliott Wave specialist either. Elliott Wave is pure theory based. You've got some kind of 1. That's an ABC 2. This is kind of impulsive wave 3. You've got an ABC wave 4 in there, and then boom, you've got your final 5th wave. So that's a possible wave 1, which is a subset of waves within a larger wave. Do you understand? A larger impulsive wave. And then what we've got is some kind of ABC wave correction, which would be a wave 2. Okay, so some kind of ABC in here like this, got an A, B, C, like that, okay? And then what we've got here is a 1, a 2, and this is a 3, a 4, a 5. So within this subsets of waves, we've got another impulsive move. So you've got a 1, this is a 2, there's a massive 3, you've got some kind of wave 4 in there, final 5th wave like that, okay? Look at a big wave 3. That's a very, very powerful wave, isn't it? Big push. You come back and made that bearish divergence in a final 5th wave, and right now you're in some kind of ABC, micro wave 2, potentially ABC like this. Let me show you. Pretty much like what we went through just there. We've got this big sort of A, B, C, something like that, okay, coming back down. So like I said to you, we need to see a nominal level of support held, which is the weekly 20 EMA. Providing we can see that held over the next few weeks, then it could pave the way for a final 5th wave here, which will bring you out and make this impulsive wave 1 possibly complete. Because what we've got inside of here, like I said to you, you could have something like this where you got a 1, a 2, a big 3, a 4, and a 5 like that, pushing towards this green line. Okay, it's a possibility once this wave 4 is done. And what we've got here is a clear impulsive move off the lows. Okay, we've got a kind of big wave 1, which consists of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's an impulsive wave. Possibly, providing when we come back we hold a key level of support. So it's a setup, okay, as a possible scenario. And again, to invalidate all this, what we have to do now is start to come down here. We sort of run out of steam on this side. We're not going to start to come up and create these impulsive moves off the lows. We're going to start to come down. We're going to start to lose all support. We're going to start to see closes under the weekly 20 EMA, which would technically be really, really bearish. So this is a possible setup. So like I said to you, let's take a look at the wave 2 correction coming back down and exactly where that came to get a guide of potentially where this wave 4 could come to, like this wave 2. Okay, so this is a potential wave 1 off the low, this is a potential wave 2 coming back to support. So where did this wave 2 come back to? Let's measure it, okay, using Fibonacci. So let's drop these waves out. And again, I'm no Elliott Wave specialist and it is theory based, but it's a possible scenario right now if this is bullish off the lows. Okay, so that was your wave 1 high, retracing back to your wave 1 complete, where it started. This is a 1, and then you got an ABC wave 2. Where did it come back down to? The 702 fib. Look at that, a beautiful nominal level of retracement. You could have just been building bids down here on the golden ratio. Look at that, coming back down, build bids on the golden ratio for takeoff for the big wave 3, basically. So again, 1, 2, 3. And then right now we're going through some kind of wave 4, which could, potentially be the same sort of duration as this wave 2. So if we take a look at the wave 2, let's have a look at how long this took. So again, this is a thought-based experiment. This wave 2 took to complete roughly 4 days, 20 hours. So we did hit a top just there, and this is again thought experiment. If we're going for a wave 4 right now, so from the top, and we say 4 days, was it 4 days, 20 hours? So roughly sort of by Monday, January 23rd, we could be completing this ABC, coming back wave 4, something like this. You're coming back in a wave 4, A, B, C wave correction, coming back down to a normal level of support before we create this final fifth wave. So come Monday, we could rally for Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking at, okay, as a potential scenario. So let's take a look at where this came down to. It was a 702 fib, around about 16280. I don't necessarily think we're going to come that deep, but again, anything can happen. So obviously this retracement that we're going through right now, I'm going to drop the fibs in and take these out. Let me show you. So again, this is all theory based. There's no absolutely set in stone where it's going to come back to or anything like that. But if it does get quite nasty, obviously this is your wave 2 correction. So this is a wave 3. So right now you're retracing all the way back down to this low, okay, in a wave 4 possibly. Now wave 4, you know, for this to be valid, it cannot retrace and lose that wave 1 high. So this is your wave 1 high potentially. So if you start to see Bitcoin coming all the way down, crashing and closing below that on the 4-hourly time frame at 18,378, this invalidates this 1, 2, 3, 4, because the rules of Elliott wave, wave 4 cannot retrace any deeper than the high of wave 1, okay? So it can retrace as deep as it likes, but it can't start to come down and lose that as support, because then you're invalidating this. And then what this could potentially be, instead of an impulsive move off the lows, is some kind of A, B, C, boom, impulsive move, okay? So a telltale sign, like I said to you, if you start closing down below support, you're invalidating this bullish setup for Bitcoin, okay? So we cannot see Bitcoin falling below that level on the 4-hourly time frame, okay? If you start to see it coming down, losing that high, which is around about $18,378, it's in trouble, basically, and you're potentially looking at another impulsive move to the downside. So again, I'm sorry if I'm going on, but I'm just trying to, you know, potentially throw a level of education out here. This is what I do in the channel, try and educate people. And, you know, I'm always educating myself as well. Never stop learning, never think you know it all. I've always taught you this. And these are just potential scenarios that we're looking at. So at the minute, we're looking at some kind of correction coming back down to the possible start of a wave 3. So this is a wave 1, this is wave 2, and right now you're in this large wave 3. So potentially right now we're creating a wave 4, okay, and we're coming back. So just there, we're looking at retracement levels. Like I said to you, Bitcoin cannot afford to come any lower than that high, okay, because you're invalidating the Elliott wave count. So Bitcoin can come all the way down here as deep as it likes, but no lower than that orange line, okay? Keep it on your cards. Now Bitcoin, right here, you could put in some kind of ABC correction coming back down all the way down to the 0.5 fib, okay? So that would be quite a really deep retracement from this point, to be honest with you. Will it get that far? I don't know, to be honest with you. You know, I would be looking at these fib targets coming down like this, holding one of these fibs. If you start to create some kind of reversal pattern down here above this orange line, I would be more inclined to think that you've got some kind of final fifth wave there of a possible impulsive move off the lows. And this could be some kind of big wave 1, which would be absolutely amazing. Breaking that white line here, breaking the resistance, potentially running to 25k before a massive ABC wave 2 further down the line for Bitcoin, okay? So that's a bullish setup that I'm looking at. To invalidate all this that I'm looking at right now, Bitcoin has to come down and close below that orange line, okay? And again, if you start to do that, you're losing the weekly 20 EMA and things like that, and you're not looking bullish going forward. So, you know, this particular retracement did have a massive ABC all the way down to 702 fib. So if you do start to see Bitcoin coming down there, that's technically really bearish because you're losing the impulsive move off the bottom, okay? So that for me is your last line in the sand for any kind of bullish move going forward. 18,378, close below that, it invalidates any kind of bullish move for me going forward, okay? So I'm looking at some kind of wave 4 correction coming back down, nominal retracement level, and then boom, we go again. So until I start to see some kind of bottoming out pattern down here, some kind of structure of a bottom with a potential, you know, bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame, the stock, the RSI, potentially in the floor as well, which would be an amazing opportunity, again with bullish divergence, then I would not be inclined to long at this point, okay, until we start to see the break of this local high. So I hope you understand the update. Remember, you can trade all this, you can go short, you can go long, you can do whatever you want, spot buy on PrimeXBT or, you know, Bybit. Links in each and every single video description. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye-bye.